This will be my first segment. My name is Mike Spacea. McDuck Poker. I play mid stakes and low stakes, some micro stakes, MTTs. So here to help you guys kind of talk through, navigate tournament strategy, things of that nature. Right here, over here on the right, we got one of those hands we'll make the river with, so we should probably be bluffing. I'm going to pick a big sizing, so I do block straight. I also have some fours in my range, being in a big blind. Good through, so that's good. As soon as I get all these heads kind of out of the way a little bit, give you a little rundown of what we're playing today. All this action takes place on ACR. We have the $10 Boski tournaments, double daily doubles. Going for that bonus, of course. And we got Moss event number 25, low, $4 buy-in, and Moss event number 26, $6 PKO, Moss dollar micro, number 26 PKO, $1. Right here, Ace 5, get 3-bet candidates. This guy is pretty wide, kind of 41-20, so flat most of our 3-bets. So we're just going to flat here, still get a flat. Hands where you got a player that's more loose like that, they're likely to call, so you just flat. Don't always have to 3-bet. It's a misconception, especially those hands and hands. Potentially bad players who want to have position. Flop a flush draw here, 5 ways. With the overcard, small bet. We're kind of okay to get this in here. Yeah, so we're going to raise. Clear out some people and just take it down. I know my setup is obviously not the greatest. I have no idea with Twitch, YouTube, streaming, all that stuff. It's something that I'll eventually, hopefully one day when I get a better computer set up. Right now I'm just playing on a laptop. I'll get somebody to do a lot of that stuff for me, pay them. So, anybody out there who's interested in that, let me know. I can play the poker. Just not the most tech savvy. It's just a basic QuickTime Player screen recorder. And hopefully you can have a board. 8's deep, you can 3-bet or flat. Choose 3-bet this time. Very deep, bounty tournament. Get in there with those pocketers. I flop a set as long as we're deep. Plus a purple tag on this guy, which means he's fairly aggressive. Open ace jack suited under the gun up here, top right. Down here, 3, 3, 4. Check to us. I don't think there's any reason to check back. Bet small. Keeping his ace highs. This one's very close. It's borderline. He's been very tight for 53 hands that I have on him, so I'm just going to fold and go on the tighter side there. 9 here. I don't have to worry about a whole bunch of 9s. Ace 9 suited. That's really about it. So we're going to continue with bet for value. Small. About third. River 10. At this point, it's too thin. He's got 10s in his range, so we'll just check back. We should win most of the time though. Defend the queen, jack suited. He's got 7s. I'm just going to check on a flop at 7s. This board you probably want to be betting. Open a 10, jack suited here. Flop middle pair. Check. Defend queen 10 suited up there. Turn 2 pair, button checks, that's good. Couple straights come in. There's straight draws out there, so we're going to clear out some equity. We'll go around 40% pot. Backdoor flush draw, gut shot straight draw, there in top right. And get that through there. Fold. Play some check raise here, but this guy in the short stack got him tagged as a good player. He's not going to be betting with air. Not going to be bet folding very often, especially half pot, so we're just going to fold that. Take fold is fine. He's on a short stack, not much implied odds. Right here, we're going to raise. You can flat or raise. It's up to you. The ace suited. We do face 3 bet, we would call. Gut shot, backdoor flush draw, 1 overcard. We'll start with check. Ace on the turn. I'm going to check again. Don't think he's too interested right now, so I'll try to give him every opportunity to get some sort of piece or reason to call. And bet very, very small again. Because I wasn't sure much interested, maybe he has an 8. Let's call. He's got queen king. Good check by him on the flop. Some straight protection. I definitely be betting for value. Kind of let us get there. Biggest problem I would say for low stakes micro players is being too trappy, not getting enough value from value hands. We're gonna limp under the gun from this guy, so just play limpy game as well and flat. Another misconception, limping is bad. 5s, 15 big blinds under the gun, that's an easy fold. Another one people mess up a lot. Flop straight here. We do black 1 flush draw. Multi-way, this deep. We're just going to start putting chips in now. Call. Spade on the turn. Still want to be betting for value here. Have some 2 pairs, so don't want to give them a great price to hit a boat. Over half pot. So call again. And can have some small flushes, but really under the gun, it's like 6-7, 6-5, 5-4. So we're just going to target those 2 pairs, 70% pot. Call. Two pair. Check. That's good. Nut flush draw here, ace high. Can deny equity with some jack 10s, 10 9s, stuff like that, so bet small. There's an ace, a 9 kicker, which is pretty good. Probably has a lot of like 7s and 8s and 6s here, especially with check, so we're going to go pretty thin for value. Half pot. Flat with these 4s. Fold. There. Their ace. Check here. Open pocket 10s on the gun. I probably gotta turn these down the ghost as much as I don't want to. Just for the sake of the recording. Doesn't bother me, but I know it's kind of hard for you guys to see everything. Try my best to get them out of the way. 10s. Got it all in. So we're playing side pot against the big blind. Definitely going to be starting with a bet on this board. Got a 10 hearts. I'm going to give him a free overcard, so get out of the way. Sweating the king here. These 5 and small blind. You could get that. So we're off to a good start. One of the Boskis, the other one would get going. We did late reg all these tournaments. As soon as I started recording, it's about when I started playing. We'll defend against small blind a6. Backdoor straight, backdoor flush, ace high, blind and blind. We're not going anywhere yet. I got him tagged as 3-betting very aggressively, so we're going to go with 3. Actually, we'll let it go. I considered 4-betting there, but just felt kind of unnecessary. We'll realize our equity here in case he does have like pocket 4s, turns pair 3, something like that. And we'll just check behind. We beat some hands. I would imagine he would bluff his like 6-8 here, his 8-9, things like that. So he's probably got a small pair, and we're not going to try to get him off it. We don't have much to sell right now. He's held with us, so we chop. It's good. Another thing about that, like last hand up here, the ace high. One, we have equity against some hands, so we don't need to bet it. Some people don't pull the trigger, especially on the lower stakes. And then 2, can't just create and make up bluffs on the river. Got to have some sort of story to go along with it. So when we go flat pre-flop, call, check behind, we're never very strong. We're so capped, and he's supposed to just call it most of his pairs. Over here, this queen jack off. I'm just kind of autopiloting this terrible open off 12 big blinds. Should probably just be a fold. We will be folding if they do put us all in. Hopefully it gets through, but yeah, we shouldn't even be opening that hand there. 12 big blinds. You want to have mainly shove there, full charging. 6s are right on the line here. I'm going to go ahead and pile them in. We're still in the rebuy period and could rebuy with a decent stack, so that shouldn't ever drive your decisions, but if it's borderline, we can get back in there. I think it's okay. I would say the real cutoffs are probably 7s or 8s. Call from queen 10. Flops flush draw, 2 overs, lot to fade. How about at 4 clubs? Alright, we will open this I'm going to go a little bit bigger because we have a limper. And he's playing 32. So we definitely want to play against him in pots. Very fishy. I'll be back in here in Boski. Check behind once. Probably should be betting. Again, kind of autopowering. He goes check twice, then we can definitely get in there. He goes third and just toss that one away. Not our flop. Ace queen off, out of good. Open it up. I see a squeeze jam. And this is just a fold bet here. Ace queen off. Another mistake a lot of people make lower levels. There's going to be some guys in there kind of punting, but you do not want to get 30 big blinds in with ace queen off from unlimited gun. If you open in light position and you see the rejam, you're good to go. Good to go. There's nothing in this guy's stats that would suggest that he's just a punter. So unless I have a note out there on him, I would play it as if he's a regular. In that case, if you take one thing away from this video, do not get 30, 40, 50 big blinds in with ace queen off when you from early position. Defend 8-9 off. And just fold on this flop. A little tired today. Playing $4 last night till 4 in the morning. Ended up taking 4th. That was good. That's why it took so long. 10 with the 7-2. Pretty good flop for our hand. I do have an under the gun raiser and a flatter from the cutoff, so those can both have bigger pairs than ours in the range, so we'll still kind of proceed cautiously. And if they didn't have an overpair, unless they're sharing grab their cards, that ace is going to hit them, so we're going to check. Probably be done with the hand. Flat queen jack off. Can raise. Probably is a raise, to be honest. Appeal. Once again, not our flop. And get rid of the 7-2. Bounty, 3 big blinds. Gonna probably call and just fold. It's consider an ISOing, but this guy's pretty standard, so I don't think it'll work. I'm just gonna fold. Alright, on our way to a chop pot. Fade diamond and 7. Chop it up, dude. Everybody loves a chop pot. You guys watch any of these? It's EPTs. Joe Stapleton. And I'm not sure who the other is. It's one of my favorite ones. Low shitty aces from middle early position raisers. It's okay, just let those go. Can you defend them? We're here. We lose more big pots than winning big pots with those type of hands. It's okay to defend, but I always choose not to. I would say like at least 7 and up, especially against middle position, and they kind of clear some of their 6s, 5s, 4s. They can open from there. If they're opening from under the gun, though, they shouldn't really have those pairs. They should start at maybe 6s, 7s, 8s, depending on stack size and table dynamic. And right here, we're just going to go ahead and put this in with the King Jack, blind on blind, 17 bigs. Get a call from Ace 5 suited. And our Jack, we need fade hearts. 2 clubs, dealer. And once again, we cannot. So, if you guys continue to follow, watch videos, you will see how awesome I run all the time on this. You know, I just nail it in there in the Boski. Don't really have to bring forever. Continue to find a bunch of $10 right now. And yes, obviously, King Jack off against Ace 5 suited is not running bad. Just at the point of after the turn, obviously. Alright, gonna raise Ace King off through over there. We have Ace King suited now. Three bet. Still have some fold equity, but I imagine he knows that we probably not doing this very often as a bluff. But again, in these stakes, you get people to shove with Ace Queen all the time. Alright, this guy is very tight, so if we didn't wake up with anything besides queens or jacks, probably just going to be a flip or no. Same here. These guys. Remember I talked about how I run on this site? Spades? Prove me wrong. Hey, everybody loves a chop pot. Okay. That's only one. You can count my renegades. But also, I don't do my best with all my studying pre-flop stuff to not get it in bad. I mean, situations like that, obviously, you can't. There's nothing you can do. 25 big blinds, pre-flop, ace king suited. If you're folding that hand, you're doing something wrong. Or it has to be like under the gun, open, 3 bet, under gun +1, middle position jam, cut off jam. Some crazy shit's gotta go down and fold ace king suited at 30 big blinds. And then blind over here, aggressive player. I expect to see a raise, and we will be 3-betting. Bounty available over here. This guy's 56-9, so he's absolutely out of control. Got a deep 31 behind us. Not much 3-betting being done so far, so I think it's just too early. There's too many players behind. As much as I want to. It's only a min bounty. So okay. And of course, your time out over here talking to them here. You're gonna see that a lot, because I normally don't have to talk through. Not used to this. Not good. I already used up my time banks on these two tables. So multi-tabling, like I'm doing right now. If you do not have a HUD, I would strongly suggest lean against it, because there's going to be a lot of just things you're going to mess up. To play absolutely optimally, you need to have information on the players, and it's hard to take in information from, let's say, 4 tables at once. Like you'll see some of the times when you play hands, things will stick out right away, make a note on the player, you have that forever. But other than that, you're going to want to know information on the players. I think one of the biggest problems with players is static ranges. So they always raise these hands from this position, no matter what, and this stack size. And there's so much more to moving those ranges, sometimes all the way to 10%. Like I'm playing 30% of hands from MP, which middle position. There should be times when you're playing 35% of hands. There should be times when you're playing 25% of hands, and it's not just because of stat depth. It has to do with players behind, what are their 3-bet tendencies, is there a fish behind? If there's a fish behind, we want to call more because they're just going to stick around. We're going to play out of position against them if they're in the button cutoff. If the fish is in the blinds and we have some tight regulars on the cutoff button, then we want to raise more to isolate those fish in the blinds, have position on them, tighter regs, get out of the way, things like that. So it's not just as simple as raise these hands in this position on this stack deck. People get charts, they're great, charts are amazing, but you have to understand how do I use those in-game. And in-game is going to rely a lot on table dynamic. So if we're playing, like I said, 4+ tournaments at a time, and you have nothing to tell you what players' VPIP is, preflop raise, 3-betting stats, like you're going to miss a lot, and then you're just going to play very static, and it's going to be a problem. Can open this King 7 suited. It's very borderline, so we're going to this is what I'm talking about. We're going to look. So we got a tight player here, fairly tight here on the button. So yeah, we're going to open. Try to claim that button. I got very tight guy in the big blind, and then what looks like a normal regular here in the small blind. Two face and min 3-bet. These suited kings from loaded position do make great bluff candidates. So this guy is first 3-bet though, and tighter stats. So, I made that decision earlier, but we're going to think about jamming it. We're not really going to use this. This is very questionable 4-bet here. hand run's pretty good, but this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is not a bad 4-bet hand for a situation. Cut off open, or sorry, hijack open, cut off, 3-bet. You got a good hand that maybe just take it down there, bluffing, and then if you have to run it, it's great. But had he known, this guy's playing 9-5-0 at the time. Means he's raised 5% of the time. He hasn't 3-bet one time yet. 3-bets, oh, wait, shocker, aces. Again, static, this is where you would adjust. Like, the chart's going to tell you, okay, go with 10s right there. You don't want to go with 10s against play like that. Yes, I was considering the king 7 bluff. That's blocker effects. And I wouldn't have pulled the trigger anyway because of the stats. I was trying to talk my way to it before it even happened. Raise flat. This guy's squeezing here. We do not have a good hand to call squeeze, so 6 is going to mark. I'm going to go ahead and stop this recording here now, guys. This is my first one. If I'm watching, make sure it's alright. If we make any deep runs in this Boski, $4, or any of these PKOs, we will, I'll fire back up the recording. Thanks for tuning in. Again, it's been McDuck Poker, and hope you guys learned something today. Again, one main thing that I said earlier, that if you can take away from this video, help you a better player on these stakes, do not blast off your stack with ace queen suited when you start from early position. Ace queen off, or ace queen suited 3, to be honest. It's a death trap. Alright, see you guys up.